Welcome to Amateur Decorating Like a Pro. I am Catherine. I'm truly excited about today's DIY. It is the Pier One Faux Fur Antler Wreath, regular $79.95. Yep, don't forget about the tax on that. It's a 22-inch wreath, and I've studied it front and back. And it's unbelievable how simple this wreath is to make. Now, I got my fabric from Hobby Lobby for $17.99 and 40% off. That's for 1 yard of fabric, $10.79 without tax. Now this is called the Antler Wreath, so you're going to need 1 or 2 of them. Also in Hobby Lobby, $7.99 per antler. And it's 40% off because it's their Christmas items. You're going to pay $4.79 for each antler. No, I didn't have to buy anything else. Everything else I needed was at home. I'll give you a complete list in the information box of this video. Now, this is one of those project display boards that they have at the Dollar Tree in the school supplies. You can also use foam board. I already have several of these, so why not?
Now for this part, you're going to need to have a measuring tool. I want my wreath to be 22 inches. So I took my ruler and I measured out a piece of twine to about 11 inches. If you'll notice, there are 2 holes on opposite ends. Take one of your pencils, wrap with one end of the twine, place it in the middle of your board and stick down. Take the other one, notice how the loop isn't tight, and just go all the way with a good stretch. Now you want to just draw your circle all the way around. And notice how it just spins around. Move out. It connects back. Got a rough start, but it came out well. Now you have a 22-inch diameter circle.
Now from the outside circle, you want to measure for your thickness of your wreath. I wanted mine to be between 5 and 5.5 inches thick. So I did the same thing, shortened the string and drew a circle. Now I'll cut out the middle, and that's the shape of my wreath. Well, here I go again. I'm going to be using the batting from this pillow to make my wreath. Now you're going to need to shape your wreath, the batting in a wreath, shall I say. So you're going to need something that stretches and that can hold the shape. How about a pair of leggings?
Now before you cut your tights or your leggings, whichever one you decide to use, but I do want to make sure that it is a stocking or a hosiery style legging, not the ones that are considered to be pants. I'm going to turn it inside out. Before you cut them, you want to secure a knot right here. You want to cut above the knot. Go as close to the inseam as possible. Pull it really, really tight. And then you want to cut above the knot, like so. And we are going to fill this with batting.
Now before stuffing this legging, I actually turned it over so the knot that I made earlier, it's on the inside. You want to equally divide the batting in the pillow between the 2 legs so they'll be even. But if they're not even, you can always use cotton balls. It's batting also. Then stitch both of the legs together to make one long tube. You don't have to do this perfectly, just stitch. It'll only take you 2 minutes to do that. Now, word of caution, guys, there is an area on your wreath that you do not want to place any kind of batting, because that's where you want to build your floral arrangement with your faux flowers. Remember, it's an antler wreath, so carve out that space, whether it's going to be on the side, the bottom of the wreath. Just make sure that there's nothing there.
Now I've cut about 12 strands of this twine, and I'm going to use it to secure the actual band to the cardboard. I start by applying plenty of glue. Yeah, it's smoking. It is super, super hot. And then I place my string underneath and I tie it very tight. And I leave it there until the glue is dry. And then I go on to the next position.
Now be careful when you're cutting your string to remove it. You might cut your legging. You basically are using 2 pieces of fur to cover the entire thing. I did a little trick and I'll share that with you later. All you need is to measure your fur at 15 inches wide and 30 inches long and make sure that the mane or hair flows in the same direction of one long strip. You want to pin the fur from the back of the wreath, not the front, because you want to apply hot glue and cut away the excess. Now this is why every craft room should have binder clips. I just wanted to do a test run to see how everything was going to look, and it looked pretty good. So I turned the wreath back over, I injected hot glue directly onto the back of the cardboard, plenty of it. And then I used my binder clips to pinch the fur so that it stayed very, very tight until the glue dried. Now you only purchased a yard of fabric, so you're going to have 2 pieces in order to have one continuous flow of the fur. So to add the second piece, just fold it over just a little bit. Now this is a knit backing, so it actually kind of curls under anyway, and then connect it to the previous piece. You see how the mane goes in one direction all the way around. Now do the same clip and glue technique.
Now here's that separate piece that I added to the top. It's actually like a little pocket, so I can come back and add different things to it, sticking out from the side and large bows and things like that. So maybe not this holiday season, but in the future, I know I have this option.
Now I took a small precaution and added a small piece of fur, didn't matter about the grain of it, on the bottom of the wreath near the floral area. That's how it was in the store. But if you're going to have just a few florals and the antlers, yeah, you want to do this. If not, if it's going to be big like mine, well, you don't have to do this at all. I wanted a really bold floral arrangement, so I hot glued 2 of those floral foams together. I painted the foams brown just because I didn't want that green to come leering through my floral arrangement. I added lots of hot glue on the back of the floral foams and I attached them to the wreath. Now this is how you hang your wreath. Just cut a circle of cardboard or any kind of board that you may have, something sturdy. Take one part of your binder clips, cut a tiny hole, stick it through, but not too big. You want it to be able to stick out of the top but be attached to the board. Glue it down on the inside. Put lots of glue there and then glue the other side to the back of the wreath, and that's how you hang it. I wanted my arrangement to be bold, so I did a swag style floral arrangement. Now Tamala at Hoton Design is awesome about keeping us up to date with the latest trends. So why not tell us what's hot for fall? Check out her video. I'm headed there right now. And she is spot on with faux fur. I really love it. You guys know I've been making pillows, boot toppers, and even fur covered boxes. And those links will be in the information box of this video. Now I consider this to be my fall statement piece, and I am not adding anything else to this area. I love it. Well, that's it for me, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, stay in prayer and stay creative.